Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Pokemon Pyrite. In the last episode, we did some grinding. We did lots of areas which we couldn't reach to because we now obviously have the ability to surf. So we did lots of searching around, seeing places that we can now surf to, and then we did our first few trainers within Price's gym here in Mahogany Town, and we got our we got pretty much destroyed, but we kind of expected that. And I've come back, as you can see, with our Pokemon slightly boosted up in terms of level, all in the 40s here. At least 47 is the min, and then 53 and 52 for our aces in Ursaring and Typhlosion. And then also, I've also mixed up the movesets slightly, so we're going to do a very quick team update. So as you can see, Ariados here is holding the Poison Cure Berry, which is actually very useless on him, but anyway, has that Sludge Bomb. So we get Sludge Bomb from the people just above us here in Mahogany Town, so the guard at the gateway up towards Lake of Rage. If you talk to him once you've defeated all the rockets, he will give you Sludge Bomb. And Sludge Bomb is obviously brilliant on Ariados because Ariados has a pretty not that bad stat in terms of attack, and Sludge Bomb really makes the most of that. Next we have Ursaring here, who has gained Ice Punch. To go along with that powerful slash, feint attack, and rest combo. Ice Punch essentially just gives coverage, and having ice coverage is really nice. Obviously not for this gym, but in general ice is a very, very good coverage in terms of an offensive move. We then have Donphan here holding Soft Sand, who has finally learned Earthquake at level 47, so that's really good. Earthquake, rollout, defense core takedown. Earthquake is so much better than Mud Slap and will really make Donphan the powerhouse that he should be. Look at that, 100. I say Ariados has got decent attack, but that's just in comparison to everything else. When you look at Ursaring at 159, Donphan at 139. Next up is Vaporeon here. We're holding the Mystic Water with Bite, Serve, Haze, Aurora. Nothing's changed there. We have our Togetic here with Headbutt, Charm, Metronome, and Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball being the new move that we've added on. That special defense is through the roof, but still not great attack and anything else really. But Togetic is still hanging in there. And then finally we have here our Typhlosion with Swift Leer, Flamethrower, and Thunder Punch. So Thunder Punch should hopefully really help us in this gym. A lot of water ice types we can expect. That massive 135 speed means Typhlosion's easily our fastest Pokemon. 140 in special attack too, so it's going to be hitting like a truck. So, what we're going to do is we are certainly going to be looking to head into the gym, and now, this is where I got to decide my team order. So the other thing I did is I've also obviously bought a bunch of various items. And what I'm going to do, just very quickly, I mean, that's fighting type moves and we don't have any of them. What I could do, special is like Togetic. But I mean, as you can see, there's the 30. What I can do is do we have any Miracle Berries? Yes, we do. I'm just going to give these to various people. Let's say Togetic. And then what we can do is we can give the Miracle Seed to... we'll give it to someone as soon as we get it there. We'll also just very quickly... I doubt Typhlosion will need it, but we'll have it on it just in case. So, as you can see, yeah, so 47, 53, 47, 47, 47, 52. And let's see how we do. So ice is really difficult for us. Donphan gets destroyed by ice in general. Togetic gets destroyed by ice. Typhlosion gets hit by water, which a lot of ice types carry. Vaporeon is the only one that really covers both, but doesn't really have anything to hit back. So yes, it's going to be difficult. But we're going to enter once more, and we have done several of these battles already. So we have already done these three, if I believe. Oh no, we haven't done this one yet, sorry. We have to face this. Oh, I think we started this skier, and then we got absolutely defeated. We got destroyed by her, so... Anyway, we're going to see how much our new Sludge Bomb does, and it does just under half, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. If we say it's going to Surf, we're just going to quickly cut it into Vaporeon. Surf, even that's a crit, and that did very little, and we can Bite and take out the Seadra. Next up is the Dugong, so we're just going to Bite, really. I think it's the only real thing we can do here. And we'll let the dugong take us out. Again, Vaporeon is not hugely important to us here. Gonna go to Ariados here just to see if we are faster. I really doubt we are. And indeed, we are not. But what we can do now is we can go into Typhlosion. We should definitely outspeed this time, and we can Thunder Punch. And Thunder Punch does take out the Dugong as Typhlosion goes to level 53. The last Pokemon is also the Vaporeon. We're just going to Thunder Punch. Straight up Thunder Punch. Ah, man. One Sand attack makes me miss twice in a row, but thankfully she doesn't attack twice, which is really, really useful. So there we go, so that's our first battle done, and we do have some, I did buy some revives as well, 15 of them. And I'm going to aim on like healing everyone up hugely, or like to max, until we really consider Price. So anyway, so we got another battle there, there is Price over there, and we can tackle this skier again, who has a Delibird. So, if it knows a flying type move, then no, just the present. Present is fine, obviously, because present does that. It randomly gives you health occasionally. Jinx, jinx, jinx. I could leech life here. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to live, but we'll just leech life. Let's see how much. See if we live. Nope. We're going to Togetic. I just want to see. There's all the chance that it will have Ice Punch, and if it does, then Togetic most likely won't survive. I don't think to survive the Ice Punch. We're going to go to Typhlosion here, take the Ice Punch. Oh, you are kidding me. And this is the gen where not even using a fire type move when you're frozen thaws you out. That is absolutely ridiculous. And of course, she can put everyone to sleep now because she is faster. This Jinx will be faster than everyone on my team. Donphan is just going to have to come here and just Earthquake, pray for not a freeze. There we go. Earthquake comes in and takes out the skier. I was about to say when I swapped in Typhlosion, as long as it doesn't freeze, and guess what happened? So anyway, as you can see, everyone needs healing. Where are those super potions? Everyone gets a super potion, except for Ursaring. Ursaring just isn't going to do anything, really. Because Ursaring obviously is already at such a high level anyway, we don't really need to boost Ursaring's power too much. Okay, so now we need to end up on that dude there. So we can battle him. And we also need to... let's head up, and then across, and then up to him. So, I'll freeze your Pokemon, so you can't do a thing, he says. Another border here, there's only one Pokemon there, it's a Piloswine. So, another Pokemon who... Ancient Power is Rock, so that is super effective, but is not Stab, and actually doesn't do that much. I'm going to swap out. If you're going to Ancient Power, I should go into Donphan. But obviously Blizzard or anything like that will take me out. I'm going to go into Donphan here, pray for not an Ice-type move. Do we outspeed? We don't outspeed, but Powder Snow is not that strong a move and doesn't do that much to us. We're going to have to let Donphan go down here, but what we can now do is we can bring in our Vaporeon, and we can Surf. And down goes Piloswine. Nice. That works out quite nicely. And now we will max health everyone. We'll ensure that everyone's at max health. Or at least as close to as we can be, as we can afford. And we're going to see what the price has in store for us. So, now this is where strategy comes in. Who do we want to start? How do I reach that one? So I've got to somehow reach there. Okay. Yeah, I see. I gotta reach that. Yeah, okay, I know what I need to do now. I just gotta get to the bottom. Thank you. So, what you gotta do is you gotta go to here, across, hit him, into there, back, and then up. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off heavy. So we're going to start off with Typhlosion. I'm just going to pray that he doesn't have a fast water type. If he has a fast water type, then Vaporeon is going to need to come in and tank whatever hit comes in. But we're going to hope that Typhlosion can really run through Price's team. So, he's going to start off with the Cloyster. So, obviously, crazy high physical defense, but not great special defense now in Gen 2. Thunder Punch is going to be super effective and is going to do a lot of damage. It's 5 levels below, and we take it out in one hit. Beautiful. So that's a really good information. Just getting lots of information this first time around. Next up is the Dugong. So Dugong's slightly more bulky. I would expect that to do less. It certainly does. But it is still a 2-hit KO, and Typhlosion is going to, again, run through. Next up is the Vaporeon. So he's really a water-type trainer, frankly. And unfortunately, we do get critted there. I reckon the crit definitely mattered. And we now really need to think about what we're doing next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Ursaring, and we're just going to slash. And we're going to see how much that does. And that takes out the Vaporeon with a crit hit. Obviously slash is an advanced crit hit move, so that's nothing too unsuspected. So obviously we're going to feint attack here. I want to slash. We outspeed, which is crazy, seeing as we were decreased speed from Bubble Beam, and Slash takes out the Jinx. That's why Jinx has absolutely rubbish defense, and I just wanted to Slash get it through. Lapras, this is going to be an issue. I just want damage on this, really. It's going to Ice Beam me 125 to 62, so that's 63 hit points. Obviously, we can't heal. All that we can do is... Oh, you have leftovers. Oh, that's bad. Don't. Just get a low roll, low roll, low roll, low roll, low roll, low roll. Yes, okay, that's good. That's good. So we're still hitting this thing really hard. It's going to get some more health. We are going to die this turn. Now, we still just need to hit this as hard as possible, so we're going to go into Donphan here. Ice Beam is obviously going to hurt like a Banshee. If we get off an Earthquake, then we could... No, we just die. Okay, we're going to have to hope that Ariados can Sludge Bomb this thing to death. And the answer is Ariados can't. So... We've got a Headbutt will be more powerful. Why on earth did you try and confuse me? I have no idea. We are doing minuscule damage. And we're going to have to go into Vaporeon here, and we're just going to have to bite, and it knows Thunder. Great. Wow. And it landed 2 Thunders, so nothing much we can do there. That Lapras is going to be very difficult to defeat. So, what do we want to do? I think what we have to do is we have to save Typhlosion. So Typhlosion can take out the first 2 Pokemon with no problem. Then when Vaporeon comes in, we save Typhlosion, and we let maybe Ariados go down, for example, and then bring in Ursaring or something like that. Just finish off the Vaporeon, continue on, hope that he can take out the Jinx, and then we'll just continue on. So, again, we'll defeat the... As you can see, we are at max level. We cannot get any higher than level 54. But really, we do need Thunder Punch for this Lapras. It's the only way that this is really going to work. So we're going to go into Ariados here. I'm Sitting Bubble Beam to do a lot. It does do a lot. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb does a good amount of damage. Ariados is going to go down, and we can go into Ursaring, and we can Slash. And unfortunately, we do get that drop in speed. Now, well, this time we don't get the luck, but we still survive, which is the important thing, and we get off a huge slash on the Jinx. Now this Lapras Elite. Okay, how do I do this? I think I have to just hope. And unfortunately, our hope is completely lost. So Typhlosion will definitely outspeed. Thunder Punch is going to do... Hey, misses Thunder. Wow, why on earth are you thundering? It's fine, okay, so if you're just going to Thunder, that is beautiful. And then in comes the Piloswine. We just Flamethrower. That's going to do massive damage, and Price is defeated. We get really lucky there. His Lapras evidently did not want to use a Water-type move. Maybe it didn't know a Water-type move. But thankfully, Typhlosion could stay in and just live it out. And that's why you don't run Thunder, because it's far too inaccurate. But anyway, he is impressed by our prowess. He is going to give us the Glacier Badge, which is allowing us Pokemon up to level 60. So not actually that much of an increase. In terms of actual level, yes, so, you know, not much of an increase in terms of how much levels we can gain, because obviously we can now go from 54 to 60, and that's all that we can do. But I suppose the next few gyms are actually relatively close together, so we can expect to be gaining levels relatively fast, hopefully. But anyway, after that, thankfully, we finally defeated Price. What we can now do is we can start heading back. And our next stop is obviously to go to... head all the way across and head to Olivine City. That's the one I was going to say. And did I check all the Pokemon in here? I think I did. Apologies for the little bouncing, the little bouncing iTunes symbol there. And let me just get rid of that. It likes to bounce for some reason. But anyway, and my laptop's getting very loud, as you can hear. I'm just going to have to calm it down a bit. As we, again, yeah, all we're just seeing are Doduo, so we're just going to zip through all this. We've defeated all of these trainers before, because obviously we tried to head this way earlier. Given their levels, they're actually, I think this is actually what you're meant to do, because the levels are suggesting that, you know, obviously, you're definitely much lower level than Price and all that, so obviously, yeah, I think they expected you to head this way. But yeah, we're just seeing Ekans and Centric and stuff like this, so nothing too mind-boggling in terms of the Pokemon here, and what we're going to be able to do is this Pyrite is going to rest on us, which is really silly. Because finally we can enter Olivine City, so... And obviously we're going to encounter our rival just outside the gym, and he's going to say... As she says, you know, she's off to take care of sick Pokemon. We can get a Good Rod, which is really useful. Good Rod from the Angler there. We have Ultra Balls are available to buy. We have Hyper Potions available to buy. We have lots and lots of really good stuff there then. We should also be able to get Strength here. Corsola for Cubone. Do we have a Cubone? As you can see, there are various Pokemon here that we actually haven't managed to catch yet, and we will certainly be looking to do that eventually. But I'm just wondering whether we've caught a Cubone before yet. Where are you available, Cubone? Nowhere in Johto, it looks like. Okay, so maybe we'll need to do that to trade. So anyway. So, naughty children are taken to the islands between Olivine and Cianwood at night. We will most likely do some fishing, just to pass the time and to, you know, obviously keep on top of the number of Pokemon we need to catch. So, we get a GS Ball. Okay, here you go, you won't regret it. Children often bring a pearl with them. That's the reason I go fishing. Ho ho ho. The GS Ball? But that's like... Okay, so it's not a Pokeball. It's in this, the Mysterious Ball. I wonder, because, let me just check. Yeah, here you go. So he's going to give us Strength, which is the important stuff. And we can very quickly put strength onto. I want to put it on Ursaring. As much as Slash is useful, the high crit rate is not as good as just slightly more base power. And so we've got the Battle Tower, which is obviously up ahead of us. Cyanwood is across the sea. And we are going to have to go that way eventually. But what I do want to do, we're just going to do some fishing. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to make a trip back as we see a wild Corsola. So, that guy who wanted wild Corsola, he might well be about to get his wish. We're just going to Shadow Ball. That was a crit, so that shows you. I do have a decent number of balls. Actually, I don't, but oh well. So we're just going to save, actually. Come on. Come on, you know you want to stay in the ball. I don't have any sleep, or, well, I have poison, but that's it. And obviously now I don't have... Now you're just being... It just keeps rolling. There we go, we catch ourselves a Corsola, the coral Pokemon. And obviously Bill is here to tell us that we have maxed out our boxes. So what we're going to do is we can't now, so we've got to change. So what will be easier is actually if we just change box and we try and encounter another Corsola now. I'm pretty sure, usually the way this works is that you see Corsola, select. I'm just trying to see if I can select that. Ah, there we go. So it's, as we see Wild Krabby, obviously we caught them in the last episode, I think. Crabhammer comes in and does a decent amount. Kingler! Kingler's... I think Kingler's a really cool Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. Remoraid! Okay, so we could have had an Octillery if we wanted to. As we're just going to Leech Life because that's not going to do too much. And now we're just going to Great Ball it. I think Remoraid is usually a Swarm Pokemon, so the fact that it's now obviously available here just as a good Rod Pokemon is really nice. As we get the Jet Pokemon Remoraid. I'm just going to use these guys for a bit of experience as well as looking for another Corsola. If we can get another Corsola, I will do the trade, just because I don't know whether we can catch another... I don't know whether we can catch Cubone in this game and whether this trade is actually something that we should definitely be thinking of doing. You never really know, is the thing. And the fact that we saw Corsola obviously shows that there are Corsola here, and so there is literally no reason why we shouldn't. Although, whether I caught it here in this, or whether I caught it here in Olivine, is a different matter. Kingler. Looks like it doesn't really matter. Well, we're just going to do another couple of encounters of these crabs. Ooh, pretty tough. Remoraid. Didn't really mean to go into Typhlosion there, but anyway. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about that. What we will do is we'll just very quickly see if we can catch anything rarer down this way, which obviously leads to this little area where you can catch lots of Pokemon. And as that guy says, you can get Shelder here, which are rare as well. You can also catch Staryu here. So normally you can only catch Staryu at night, I think. Please stop minimizing, that's so annoying. We'll just Great Ball it and hope. And there we go, we catch ourselves the Staryu as the star-shaped Pokemon. Let's see, Pokemon I have much love for, and a Pokemon that we have already used. So we're going to try and take care of this tentacle here. I'm going to do 3 more, and I will run away from these. We'll do our best to run away from these tentacles. 1. That did nothing. I'm not looking forward to surfing if tentacle are going to be quite so vicious. Nightshade those, 2-hit KO. Good, cool. Okay, well, that is that. We're just going to have to zip back. We obviously have the Olivine Lighthouse Tower, which we will be doing in the next episode. But, like I said, what I want to do is the GS Ball. So the GS Ball, the story of the GS Ball is obviously it's an item that you see in the anime. And it's a sort of mysterious Pokeball that you're meant to take to Professor Oak. It's the whole point of the Orange Island saga, and it's never actually resolved because Ash sort of gets sidetracked and they never really deal with the GS Ball. It's sort of shrugged under the carpet. And there's lots of theories about what the GS Ball was all about. And one of the big theories, and one of the theories I really like, is that essentially it was meant to be something to do with the Pokemon Celebi. And I reckon that might well be the case in this. This hack might have been clever enough to sort of use a little hint towards Celebi here. And if it is going to be Celebi, then there's only one place where we should really be thinking about going with this ball, and that is Ilex Forest. So we are going to run all the way back to Ilex Forest just to see if this works. And obviously, you know, might be completely wrong and it might be completely nothing, but I think it's well worth me checking out. I don't want to, you know, I can only think that's the only reason why they would include the GS Ball in this game. Because otherwise it's really just like a little oddity in the anime that's sort of never really ever been resolved. So here we go, Ilex Forest. We have the GS Ball in our hands. And what we want to do is we want to head to the shrine that is located in the middle of this forest maze. It's not really in the middle, it's towards the end. But we want to head to the shrine, and we want to see if... So I think if Celebi used to be a guest event, and it used to appear here, so Ilex Forest Shrine is in honor of the forest's protector, which of course is Celebi. So I'm gonna save, because I don't have enough Pokeballs really if I do want to actually catch Celebi. So I'm gonna save, and I just want to see if this is gonna work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Key Items, and we're going to go down to the GS Ball, and we're gonna use, and that does nothing. Okay. So. Well, that was worth checking. I wanted to see if it would work. It doesn't look like it is going to work. Which is a bit unfortunate, but oh well. So that was my guess. I thought, because obviously in the anime they think that Celebi is in the... I think the idea is that Celebi comes out of the ball, but then obviously Celebi got its own movie in Pokemon Forever, I think it is, or whichever the Celebi movie is. And I guess, when it gets its own movie, then sort of you don't want to have the anime concentrating on it as well, and so the whole idea was scrapped. But enough rambling from me, and enough trivia and all that sort of stuff. Essentially, what we now have is we now can enjoy the gentle waves as we head over to Cianwood, but before we visit Cianwood City, obviously we are going to do the Olivine Lighthouse and find our way up to talk to dear Jasmine and see what she's doing. So I'm just going. So as I finish, just want to get Togetic up to level. Come on, we're going to get up to level 49. One more Pidgey gets headbutted. There we go. Togetic goes to level 49. That's a fine way to end. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play of Pokemon Pyrite. We have got our fifth Johto Gym badge, which is weird when you think about it, because obviously normally Price would be my 7th, and I would be, hyped for facing Claire, but nope, it's only our 5th. We have 2 more, Fighting type Gym Leader And that's going to be difficult because we really have nothing to deal with fighting types successfully, particularly. Like none of our Pokemon really deals with fighting types, aside from Ariados, who just walls fighting types for days, if they only have fighting type moves. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see what happens. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, as I said before, and I hope you will join me on the next.